Hey all, Kraken Latte here. In case you haven't heard, we've got a 100% reputation buff bonus that will last until May 18th. This isn't an all-inclusive buff though, it applies specifically to Legion and Battle for Azeroth reputation, excluding the two 8.3 reps, the Ultima Cord and the Rajani. In this video, I'll cover how to get each rep in Legion and BFA that are covered by this buff, as well as some tips. Whether you're tackling this for Pathfinder, Gold, Allied races, or Paragon mounts, for new players and veterans alike, here's a refresher on how it's done. Let's start with Battle for Azeroth. The Alliance reps are Order of Embers, Proudmoore Admiralty, Storm's Wake, 7th Legion, and Waveblade and Cohen. The Horde reps are Talanji's Expedition, Voldenai, Zandalari Empire, the Honorbound, and the Unshackled. And the neutral reps are Champions of Azeroth, Tortolan Seekers, and Rustbolt Resistance. The first three reps of both factions are specific to certain zones. Order of Embers is Drustvar. Proudmoore Admiralty is Tiragard Sound. Storm's Wake is Stormsong Valley. Talanji's Expedition is Nazmir. Voldenai is Vol'dun. And Zandalari Empire is Zuldazar. The major way of gaining reputation to these factions is to complete the quests in those zones. Before the buff, you'd reach Honored by doing everything, so I'm sure it's much higher now. Then, you can continue those reps by doing world quests and emissaries tied to those zones. You can also get any rep from mission table quests too, so be sure to check those. The next rep would be the 7th Legion for the Alliance and the Honorbound for the Horde. The ways you can get reputation with them vary a lot more. You can get rep from the War Campaign questline that starts by opening zones in the opposite faction lands. Faction assaults, which can appear in any zone every 19 hours. World quests in Darkshore and Arathi Highlands when your faction controls those zones. The Warfront weekly quests when those are queuable. Warfront contribution quests when those are up. Emissary caches, of course, when those are up. And the weekly Island Expedition quest. The Tortolan Seekers are much more specific with how you get their rep. You get their rep by any world quest that belongs to them, emissaries when those are up, and a small amount of quests scattered about the zones. If you do each zone's questlines, you'll likely come across these. The Champions of Azeroth are next. Much like the Tortolan, rep with this faction is narrow, and earned through world quests specific to them, emissaries, and most Heart of Azeroth questlines. Waveblade and Cohen for Alliance, and the Unshackled for the Horde are reputations specific to Nazjatar. Like other reps, doing the questline for this zone, world quests within Nazjatar, and their respective emissaries are the main ways of doing this. The zone also has daily quests available to you. As a bonus, I want to point out that any character who has Exalted with this faction can buy Bind on Account rep tokens to send to alts. These give a base rep of 250, cost 20 pearls each, and only work up to Exalted. Now we've got the Rustbolt Resistance as our last Battle for Azeroth rep. You can get their rep through a short questline, which you gain access to after unlocking Nazjatar's world quests, zone-specific daily quests, and a daily zone-wide world quest. This faction does not have an emissary, but the zone-wide world quest gives nearly as much as an emissary, and you can do it every day. Like the Nazjatar factions, the Rustbolt Resistance has a Bind on Account token that gives a base of 100 rep up to Exalted, so you can send this to alts. This item is craftable, and the blueprint is learned through the Paragon caches earned past Exalted. Some tips for BFA rep. You can earn a bit more rep with War Mode on. You can craft or buy a faction-specific contract for a bit more world quest rep, and most of these factions can appear on your mission table. On to the Legion reps. These are a bit less complex to cover and are the same for both factions. We've got the Valarjar, Dreamweavers, High Mountain Tribe, the Nightfallen, Court of Ferondus, the Kirin Tor, the Wardens, Armies of Legionfall, Argusian Reach, and the Army of Light. All of these, with the exception of Kirin Tor and the Wardens, are tied to specific zones, and thus, Doing the quest lines, world quests, and emissaries in those zones are the main ways of getting their rep. The Valajar are in Stormheim. The Dreamweavers are in Val'Shara. The High Mountain tribe is in the mountains of High Mountain. The Nightfallen are within Suramar. Court of Ferondis is in Azuna. The armies of Legionfall are specific to the Broken Shore. And the Army of Light and Argusian Reach are both on Argus. The Kirin Tor and the Wardens are much like the Tortollan and Champions of Azeroth in BFA, as their source of rep is from world quests and emissaries specific to them. These are scattered throughout each zone. To point out, the Kirin Tor is worth doing even at Exalted, as you get to choose a token of rep for one of the other factions on completion. Here's some extra tips for Legion rep. Like the BFA mission table, the mission board within your class order hall can also spawn rep missions. If you do them on an Exalted character though, these tokens become bind on account and you can send them to alts. If you complete each zone's quest lines, especially Suramar, the Broken Shore, and Argus, way more world quests will become available to you. The Invasion Point and Pristine Argonite quests from Illidan and Terrelion on Argus give a huge chunk of rep, so those are really worth doing. The weekly World Boss quest in Legion also gives a hefty chunk of rep. Argus world quests have a chance to give rep tokens that are bind on account. The Invasion Points on Argus also can drop bind on account rep tokens. And that sums it up for reputations covered by the 100% buff. Now is a really good time to rep grind for whatever you're after, and I do want to point out that BFA Paragon caches give 4,000 gold. That's all I got. If you happen to know of another way to get rep that I've missed, share it down in the comments. Good luck everyone, and remember, it's never too latte to have fun! And that's it. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and poke that bell for more Coffee Field content. Leave a comment down below if you liked it, and remember, it's never too latte.